what about after season 4? What are your plans? Are you going to make more? Because some of us have seen George's Island, and there's a number of us who have seen Paint Cans. So, what are your plans afterwards? Are you
Personally, Personally, I'm working on a project set in the Renaissance, which I've been working on for several years.
Is it a movie or a series or?
As a 13-part series. It goes from 1455 to 1507. And it's a, pardon?
I'm sorry, I interrupted it. Is there life after last week?
Oh yeah, there's life during and before and after it. I'm working on a website at the moment. I'm writing, and I've got I don't have anything nearly as ambitious as that.
Oh no, it's just to take over the world.
Okay.
And I have to say, I think that being nominated on the Democratic ticket will really help me. I'm the first lesbian ever to be chosen for the Democratic national ticket, and I think that'll really help me in New York and California. So I hope to really change the world.
Any of your writing out there where we can get at it? Sort of any
you said website.
Well, don't have it yet, but don't worry.
There's something coming.
There's
in
something
about
coming.
a month and a half that it will be quite fun.
Yeah, will be a
Scary.
little unexpected though.
Yeah.
It'll be kind of scary and a little unexpected.
But I mean, what I'd like to do, if we are 3 seasons on television or 4, I think that'll be the foundation of potentially making a movie. Yeah. And that would be, because that would give us the ability to do a lot of stuff that you just can't do inside the television box.
So you're talking about a theater.
Theater film. That's what we'd like to do.
In 3D with smellorama.
I really want to know what this galley smells like.
What the galley smells like?
Styrofoam. It emits a lot of gas, and so do we.
It all depends. Sometimes there's a lot of
Depends
people.
how it comes down the tube.
It's not a big set, and there's lights, and there's 3 or 4 actors, and then 40 people standing behind the camera in a confined space.
So Brian, are you involved in any other projects?
Yes, I'm planning to learn how to drive. And I'm going to start using forks when I eat. But after that, I don't know. It's a whole new world out there for me.
The smell in the galley, by the way, is a combination of Irish Spring and fear. Kind of an interesting olfactory sensation, believe me.
The first year, or the 4 MOWs, what came down the tube, John Allen, who was our props master at that time, and made up, whatever came down there, used boiled yams. Yeah. Unsalted, unbuttered, boiled yams. And they tended to go off, after 20 minutes. But Gerold, thank God, Gerold used Nestle's rice pudding for season 2 and 3. It's a lot better.
Not too bad. Cut it with quinine and whack it up.
Put a lot of green dye.
Yeah.
Red dye number 7.
Whack it up with some Valentines.
Yeah, and it was great. We had a lot of fun in there.
Yes?
Have you approached any PC game writers? Anybody to write like a real-time action game?
Yeah, well, we would like to do that. I mean, but we're not 100% sure what's the right approach to that. So, all suggestions are welcome.
Blizzard.
Who's Blizzard?
They're a software company. Actually, I used to work with them, and they're really good. They do a lot of interactive games, like Diablo, I think,
And where are they located?
one was in Seattle.
One's north of Vancouver area, and the other is down in
Actually, Irvine, California, and San Francisco.
Okay.
North is in San Francisco, and Irvine is there.
Sierra Software is another one. They specifically have worked with people who are writing and have done like story type of versions of interactive stories that they've also worked with Blizzard. So.
Well, this guy who's doing the merchandising, I'll mention these to him.
are there specific merchandise ideas? Can we
Why don't we throw that, yeah, I mean, I'll tell you some of the ideas that we've had,
tell us? Can you tell us how to get hold of it?
Like Shorehead.
like showerhead, that's a good one.
Cry pillows?
I mean, besides the Zev blow-up doll.
I want that licky towel we heard you guys disallowed for the I think it was really unfair not to get it. I want one.
Toilets, though, we'd like to market those.
I'll keep the toilets. The shower head, the licky towel, and I've talked to Santa. He says I can.
Well, I thought a 790 head would be a good thing. You know, a rubber one that when you throw it against the wall, it insults you. Or it wakes you up with an insult. And we also thought we'd do fridge magnets, but ones that are the whole size of the whole fridge. A bug bomb pin, it could be, I don't know if that would be wide enough, but another thing that's very standard in the sci-fi world is these cards that they say something. It's like, you know, there's 790 or Zev on it, and you open up, it says you may be just ahead, but the card says that. Naughty greeting cards are, but what I'm afraid of is exactly the same Showtime treatment. We'll wind up making some deal with some merchandising company, and suddenly we're looking at it and we're saying, this isn't Lexx, this isn't our show, this is, somebody's confused what we have with
Action figure that's got an Arnold Schwarzenegger body.
No. But on the other hand, we would like to make a Kai and Zev action figure and a Stan one that are very,
Anatomically correct.
well, very Ken and Barbie in their whole
Anatomically
feel.
exaggerated.
But they're anatomically much more interesting. You know, the Ken doll you never had.
All sold separately.
Smoking codpiece.
Smoking codpiece sold separately.
And a Lexx ship would be nice. Well,
Like
actually,
yeah, that's the sort of thing that it's no problem. I mean, if someone does it and it's reasonable quality, we'll be happy, and they'll be happy. They don't have to be really creative. A moth conversion. Yeah, well, I think Ryan is working on that.
I keep getting suggested like a Lexx galley for my kids. You know, no, I don't want to get up and fix you cereal again. Just go over there and pull on that.
I tell my kids the same. Just go over and pull on the nozzle. Thank God we homeschool. It's the prying eyes of Big Brother out of the bedrooms of the nation, you know, thank God for that.
Be careful, you never know. The neighbors
Yeah,
get real nasty. Who's going to have guns in the trunk of your car?
That's Dartmouth, there's no problem.
Yeah.
One thing is if sci-fi backs it, are you still going to have some of the restrictions like not decapitating Kai coming from the people you're working with in Germany, or are you going to have completely swap over to sci-fi's restrictions?
Probably more swap over to sci-fi restrictions, because what's happened is weirdly is that in Germany, they're much more sensitive about violence than sex. So we made the shows, the former MOWs have more violence in them. And, but in Germany, the amount of violence that we would ever have is no problem after 10 o'clock. But we sold the show, it didn't do very well.